All right. We're diving into a topic that's a little, let's just say, behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, for sure.
When it comes to our health, right?
Yeah.
You sent over a whole stack of articles all about bowel health,
Mm-hmm.
specifically regularity, and it seems like you're ready to
Get to the bottom of it.
get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
No pun intended, of what's really going on.
Of course, yeah.
I'm there.
Right. So it's funny because we think about regularity,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so much more than just like, does this make me regular
Mm-hmm.
or am I regular?
Yeah.
It's really fascinating to consider the connection between our gut health and our overall well-being.
Yeah, and I was reading in one of these articles, it said that if
Mhm.
things aren't moving along as smoothly as they should,
Yes.
it can actually cause other health issues.
That's true.
Like it can snowball.
It can snowball.
And I have to admit, that got
Yeah.
my attention.
Yeah, well, think about this.
Mhm.
Think of your digestive system as this finely tuned machine.
Okay.
When waste sits in your gut for too long,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just uncomfortable.
Right.
It can actually become a breeding ground for harmful bacteria.
Oh, wow.
And these bacteria release toxins that, believe it or not,
Okay.
can enter your bloodstream
What?
and potentially cause inflammation throughout your body.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So that puts a whole new spin on better out than in, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So to avoid becoming a toxin factory,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the first step is figuring out what regular actually means.
Right. And one of the articles mentioned there's no magic number for everyone.
Exactly.
Is that right?
It's true.
Okay.
Well, the typical range is anywhere from 3 times a day to 3 times a week.
Okay.
It's a pretty big range.
Oh, wow. That's a big range.
What's normal for you depends on several factors.
Okay.
Your diet, hydration levels, activity levels,
Okay.
even stress can all influence your bowel movements.
So it's really about understanding your own body.
It is about understanding your own body
Listening to your body.
and not necessarily hitting a certain number of
Yeah, not about the number.
bathroom breaks.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Not a goal.
not a goal. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, so how do you figure out what's normal for you?
Right. That's a good question.
Right. Well, one of the articles mentioned this, and, forgive me if this is too much information, but
Okay.
the Bristol stool chart.
Yeah, the Bristol stool chart.
Yeah. Have you heard of this?
I have heard of this.
Okay.
I will say,
Okay.
we'll keep it PG, don't worry.
Okay, good.
But it's actually a helpful visual guide that categorizes different stool types.
Okay.
From, let's just say, too hard to too soft.
Right. Got a spectrum here.
Yeah, it's a spectrum,
Right. Right.
The key takeaway is consistency.
Okay.
Ideally, you want your stool to be somewhere in the middle,
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like a sausage or a snake.
Okay.
Those are types 3 and 4
3 and 4.
on a chart, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
The sweet spot.
So smoother
Yeah.
the ride, the better rate.
Right. Like a slip and slide, one of the articles said.
Exactly.
Which, speaking of,
Oh, speaking of hydration.
yes, hydration.
Seems to be a really big factor in all of this.
It's a huge factor.
Right.
Hugely important.
Right.
Water is like nature's stool softener, right?
Okay.
It helps bulk up your stool and makes it easier to pass.
Right.
And it's different for everybody, but the general recommendation is 8 to 10 glasses a day.
8 to 10 glasses a day.
But again, it's so important to listen to your body
Right.
and adjust based on your individual needs.
Okay. So if you're thirsty, drink, basically.
Yeah, if you're thirsty, drink. You don't need to be forcing down gallons of water
Okay. Good to know.
if you're feeling good. But
Right.
yeah, I think the key takeaway there is listen to your body.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, aside from H2O, diet plays a huge role, right?
Right. And fiber seems to be like,
Fiber is the superstar. The superstar here.
fiber is essential for a healthy gut.
Mm-hmm.
It's a key player when it comes to regularity.
Okay.
Think of it like this. Fiber adds bulk to your stool,
Mm-hmm.
which gives your digestive system something to work with.
Okay.
It's like adding more cars to a train.
Okay.
It makes the whole process smoother and more efficient.
Okay, so the more fiber we get,
Yeah.
the more train carts we have
Yes.
to keep things moving.
And this ties back to the Bristol stool chart.
Okay.
A higher fiber diet generally means you're closer to those ideal types 3 and 4.
Right. You're in that sweet spot.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we've covered hydration. We've talked about fiber.
Okay.
Are there any types of diets that are particularly good or bad?
Well, and I was wondering that because one of these articles did mention that there's a link between diet and bowel movements.
Absolutely. And you're right.
Okay,
There is
yeah.
a link. Research suggests that vegetarian and vegan diets, which tend to be naturally high in fiber
Right.
are often associated with more frequent bowel movements
Interesting.
than diets that are high in meat.
Okay.
But again, I think the takeaway here isn't necessarily that one is better than the other.
Right.
It's just about understanding.
Right. Just information.
Yes, understanding how our dietary choices impact our gut.
Right. It all comes back to that.
It does.
So we've got what we're eating. We've got what we're drinking.
Yes.
Are there other lifestyle factors that can affect our,
Yeah.
bathroom routine?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Everything from how much we exercise
Okay.
to how well we manage stress
Wow.
can impact our gut health.
So it's really a whole body,
It's a holistic thing.
a holistic thing. I'm really curious to unpack
Yeah, let's do it.
this lifestyle part a little bit more.
They're incredibly important to understand.
Okay.
The impact can be a game changer for your gut health.
All right. I'm ready
Okay, let's do it.
to learn more.
Let's talk about how moving our bodies can actually get things moving in our gut, too.
So you're telling me getting my daily steps in
Yeah.
could actually help with, well, other things.
Moving along.
Moving along.
Moving along. As they should.
As they should. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. A 2-for-1.
Exactly.
It's all about what? Stimulating those intestinal muscles.
Yeah, think about it this way.
Okay.
When we move our bodies, right? Whether it's going for a walk, hitting the gym, or even just doing some light stretching, it helps to kind of keep things flowing
Okay.
in our gut.
Okay.
Think of it like
Yeah.
giving your digestive system a gentle massage.
So that walk after dinner really is
It is
beneficial.
It is good for digestion.
Okay.
It helps you unwind.
Yeah. What about stress, though? Because I know,
Yeah.
like, chronic stress is not good
It's not good for anything.
for your body in general, but how does that actually
Yeah, what happens?
affect things with our gut? Like, what's the connection there?
So when we're stressed, our bodies go into that fight or flight mode.
Right.
And that leads to all these physiological changes in our body.
Okay.
One of them being a shift in blood flow
Okay.
away from our digestive system.
Oh, wow.
Right. Think about it. If you're running from a bear,
Right. You're not thinking about
you're not thinking about
digesting your lunch.
digesting your lunch, right?
Yeah.
You're thinking, okay, I got to get out of here.
Gotta go. So
Your body's prioritizing.
yeah, your body's prioritizing.
Survival.
Survival
Yeah.
over digestion makes total sense.
It makes sense, but it's kind of unfortunate, though, that happens.
It is unfortunate.
Right.
Oh, well, that's how our bodies work, right?
Because we're so busy stressing about other things.
We are.
Right? Like work deadlines and traffic and all these things.
All those things.
And our poor guts are just
Yeah.
like...
Put on hold. Put on hold.
Exactly.
No wonder things are backed up in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so finding healthy ways
Yeah.
to manage stress
Exactly.
is important. So that's like what? Meditation, yoga,
Meditation, yoga,
spending time outside.
being in nature.
Right, all those
Nothing.
being present in the moment.
Being present. Yeah, all that.
Really helps our gut health, too.
It really does. And this is fascinating, actually. One of these articles was mentioning this. Have you heard?
Okay.
That the gut is often referred to
Okay.
as our second brain.
Our second brain, I have heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's because it actually has its own nervous system.
What?
It's true. It's called the enteric nervous system.
Okay.
And this system
Okay.
is in constant communication with our brain.
So our gut and our brain
They're connected.
are like best friends, basically.
They are. They talk all the time.
And that's why we get
And that's why our gut feelings
our gut feelings. Yeah.
are often, right?
Right.
It's that brain-gut connection,
Okay.
which really highlights just how much our mental and emotional state
Okay.
impacts our gut health, and vice versa.
So managing my stress is not just good
It's not just good for your mental health.
for my head.
It's good for your gut health, too.
It's good for everything. Okay.
It's good for everything.
Got it. Exactly.
Stress less, everybody.
Stress less, poop better.
Oh, right. There you go. I like it.
Right.
Okay, so we talked about stress.
Yes.
What about something else I was reading in here is like
Okay.
just listening to our bodies.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Right.
It's so important.
It seems obvious.
Yeah.
It does.
So do we actually do it?
That's the question.
Right.
Right. How many of us are ignoring our body's natural urges?
Yeah. When nature calls.
Yeah, and then we put it off, and then we put it off.
We're busy.
We're busy,
Right.
and that can actually disrupt your body's natural rhythm.
Really?
Yeah, and then lead to constipation.
So it's like our body's sending us a memo.
It's giving us a sign.
Right.
It's like, hello, I'm ready.
But we're just like, ignore them.
News, yeah.
Yeah. Not now.
So it's all about
So find that time.
finding a routine
Have a bathroom routine.
and sticking to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen to your body, guys.
Listen to your body.
Okay, now speaking of listening to our bodies, these articles also mention some red flags.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to bowel movement.
Important to talk about this.
Right.
Yes.
The things that maybe
when
we should be concerned about.
Yes, when to seek help.
Yeah, and call the doctor.
100%, because as we said, occasional irregularities, they happen.
Right, everybody's different.
Right, our bodies, they're not perfect.
Okay.
But there are definitely signs that something more serious could be going on.
Okay, so for example, one of the red flags was sudden changes in bowel movements, and we were just talking about stress.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. So, like, if you're usually really regular, and then all of a sudden you're constipated for weeks.
Yes, or you're having diarrhea.
That's
unusual for you for a long time. Yeah.
That could be a sign that something's up.
It could be. It doesn't necessarily mean that something is seriously wrong.
Right.
But it's definitely something to bring up with your doctor.
Okay.
Especially if it's...
So if it's a big change.
The big change from your normal. And it's persistent.
Right.
It's not going away.
Okay.
Go talk to your doctor.
Right. So sudden changes, no good.
Not great.
Another one was blood in the stool.
Yes. That's never something...
to ignore.
Not something you want to see.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
And again, it could be a sign of something relatively harmless.
Right.
Like hemorrhoids. Or it could be something more serious.
Right.
But you don't know until you go get it checked out.
Right. So it's always best to get it checked out.
Just go to the doctor.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Yeah. Seeing blood, generally not a good sign.
Not a good sign, no.
Yeah.
Okay. What about unexplained weight loss?
Yeah. So if you're suddenly losing weight.
Yeah.
And you haven't made any changes to your diet or exercise.
Right.
That's something to talk to your doctor about.
Okay.
Could be related to your gut health and how your body is absorbing nutrients.
Interesting, yeah, because it all comes back to...
It all comes back to the gut.
The gut, that's how we're...
It's the center of it all.
Processing everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, what about persistent pain?
Yes. Pain is never a good sign.
Pain is not good, no.
No.
Or discomfort.
Yeah, so a little bit of bloating or gas, it happens.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's normal.
Okay.
But if you're having consistent, severe pain, especially during bowel movements, talk to your doctor.
It's not normal.
It's not normal.
Okay.
Don't try to be tough.
Don't just, like, push through it.
Yeah, you don't want to push through that.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's like, the check engine light.
Right, the check engine light.
Comes on in your car.
Yeah.
You don't just ignore it.
Right.
Because it could lead to bigger problems.
Yeah, it could make things worse.
Exactly.
So don't ignore your check engine light.
Don't ignore your body.
Or your body. All right. This has been incredibly insightful.
It has been interesting to dive into, right?
Right. Yeah, it's like we always talk about,
we do.
What we eat and staying hydrated and all of that.
Yeah, but we don't spend enough time talking about this.
But we don't really talk about
what happens. The output. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like this is a direct reflection of what's going on inside of us.
It is. And I feel like I'm going to be walking through my days now with a new awareness.
A new awareness, yes.
Of what's happening in my gut.
Good. That's what we like to hear.
Right. But in all seriousness. Yes.
The big takeaway here is...
The big takeaway.
Pay attention to your body.
Listen to your body.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
To talk to a healthcare professional.
They're there to help you.
If something's off.
Exactly. Don't be embarrassed.
Right.
This is normal stuff.
Because knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. The more we know.
And the more you know about your body.
About our bodies.
The better choices you can make for yourself.
The better decisions we can make.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to wrap up this deep dive.
Okay.
Into the world of bowel health.
I've enjoyed it.
Any final words of wisdom?
Final words of wisdom.
For our listeners.
Yes.
As they embark on this journey.
Yeah.
For a happier gut.
So we've talked a lot about what's normal.
We have.
But what if your normal could be even better?
Ooh, I like that.
Right. So instead of just aiming for regularity, right?
Okay.
What if we strive for optimal gut health?
So we're not just putting out fires.
Yeah.
We're really trying to cultivate.
Yes. We're going for the gold.
The gold standard.
Yes, exactly.
Optimal.
And the good news is small changes, sustainable changes can make a world of difference.
Okay.
We talked about hydration, fiber, stress management. These are all things within our control.
Okay, I like that.
View this as a journey of continuous improvement.
So we're always learning.
Always learning.
Always growing.
Always improving.
Our gut gardens.
Yes, your gut garden, exactly.
Okay, I love it. All right.
So experiment with different foods. See what makes you feel good.
Yeah, what works for you.
Exactly. Find those stress-reducing activities you enjoy, not the ones you think you should be doing.
Right, yeah.
The ones you enjoy.
Has to feel good.
Yeah, listen to those body signals. Your gut will thank you.
Our gut will thank us. This has been great.
This has been fun. I've learned a lot.
I have too. I feel like I have a whole new understanding of everything going on in there.
Good.
So thank you.
Thank you
for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm excited to, continue to learn and keep learning.
Grow my gut garden.
Grow that gut garden.
All right. Well, thanks again for listening, everybody.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.